Hi, this is Paul Murray, Technology Integration Specialist with Portage Public Schools, and today I'd like to share with you this video tech tip about how to add Google Drive to your Google site. Up until recently, the way to share files with students through a Google site has been through a page called a file cabinet. I have an example of that here with this file page. Visiting that file page, you will see that I have several files grouped into file folders. Now, these file folders are not functional at all. They're simply just visual ways to separate the files. And that's useful, but if you have a lot of files, it's not always helpful. And if I want to share a file with a student, I have to come directly to this page and share that file. Well, with Google Drive, what I can do is I can actually embed a Google Drive folder right onto or into the Google site. I'm going to share with you real quick the folder that I'm going to embed. If I change pages here, you'll see my Google Drive. I have several tech tips that I've placed in here, and the name of the folder is Sites Google Folder. If I switch back to my Google site, I've created a page previously, named Page with Google Drive. If I click on that, and I look at this page, there's nothing on there. It's nondescript, but I'm going to go ahead and edit this page. And the way we edit pages is we go up to the pencil for Edit Page. If I click on that, it'll open up and load the editor. What I want to do is make sure that I place my cursor where I want my Google Drive gadget to appear. To get to my Google Drive gadget, I simply go up to the menu, choose Insert, and on the right side of that menu, you're going to see a gadget called Folder. If I click on that, I can now select any folder that I have within my drive, and these are some of the recent ones that I've been in. And I have Sites Google folder here, right up at the top. If I select that folder with the checkbox, and then come down to the bottom here and click Select, that will bring up a dialog box that will allow me to change the folder if need be. And it'll also allow me to change some other options, but I'm just going to go ahead and click Save. I've now added that gadget to my Google site. This little box here is just a placeholder. If I want to get to my options again for the Google Drive, I can go ahead and click on Properties. I have down here some items for alignment and for text wrapping, and I can also remove that gadget if need be. I'm simply just going to go up to the upper right and click Save. And now you can see my Google Drive folder is visible to my students. The beautiful thing about this is that if I go back to my Google Drive folder and say I need to add another file here or a file folder, I can simply click on the Add File folder, and I'm going to create this as a test folder. Click Create. You can see it's now been added to the top. And just for fun, I'm going to add a document to this page too. Click Create, Document. It'll open up the new document window. I'm going to go up here, click on Untitled Document just to set a new title, and I'm going to call it A to Z Test. And I click OK. I'm going to now close that tab, and you can see A to Z Test here is next to my test folder. Now if I go back to my Google site, you can see those changes haven't updated, but that's simply because the page needs to be refreshed. In the upper left-hand corner of your browser, you'll see a little circle with an arrow. You may not see it on this video, but that's the reload button, or you can always hit F5 on your keyboard. If I refresh the page, you can see now my A to Z test is on the page, as well as my test folder, and I can add files into that or whatever. And that's simply how you add a Google Drive to your Google site. The one thing that you want to make sure that you do, however, is since you want that Google Drive to be available to your students and possibly to your parents, you're going to want to change the sharing permissions on that. So I'm going to go back to my Google Drive. If I want to change the sharing permissions on this folder, I actually need to get to the site's folder itself and the checkbox for that. So I'm going to go back to my folder above, Tech Tips. Here's my site's Google folder. I'm going to click the checkbox on that, go up to the More button, and I want to click on Share, and click on Share. That'll give me my share settings, and now I can change this from private to anyone with a link, and I can also set my access. Either anyone can view or anyone can edit. Now you need to be really careful with this, because if you put the wrong file into the wrong folder, then you could potentially share that with anyone who ever visits your website. So please make sure that you use sharing responsibly and you're very careful about how you do so. Anyway, that ends today's tech tip. And thank you very much for watching, and you have a beautiful, beautiful day.